if everything I just said makes sense, and you're wondering, after all this new information has come to light about right-wingers outright threatening to the point where the FBI has to investigate it, threatening the parents of Bowe Bergdahl, his hometown had to cancel their homecoming ceremony for Bowe Bergdahl due to security concerns. You have Afghanistan experts saying how the majority of these Taliban members who were released posed little to no threat, and they were trying to strike a deal when they were captured and sent to Guantanamo for the next 10 years. And how you have stories of Bowe Bergdahl now well enough to be able to say, I was tortured. They treated me horribly. I was confined in solitary confinement for long periods of time. They beat me. All this stuff is coming out. And if you're wondering if the right-wing leadership, at least the Republican leadership, could they have possibly changed their mind about what they've said previously? Could they do a flip-flop? Could they go back from saying, bring Bowe Bergdahl home, and then Bowe Bergdahl's a traitor who should be executed because he apparently deserted, even though we don't actually have those details yet? Could they possibly go back to, maybe we were wrong, Bowe Bergdahl was a U.S. soldier and he deserved to come home, and if he did desert, we'll figure it out from there, but at least he's safe home with his family? Could they do that? Let's hear what Rand Paul, possibly the 2016 presidential candidate for the Republican Party, let's see what he has to say just this past weekend at the Texas Republican Party convention. That sounds pretty big. He's got to try to schmoz with them, see if he could, really, let's say something that could say, I'm Rand Paul and I deserve to be the commander-in-chief, the leader of the United States of America. Let's hear what Rand Paul had to say.
But I got here last night, and I was in the hotel lobby and talking to some delegates, and one of them said, well, gosh, there is one guy who is kind of deserving. We ought to try to get home, and that's the Marine who accidentally carried his guns into Mexico. So here's what I'm thinking. Mr. President, you love to trade people. Why don't we set up a trade? But this time, instead of 5 Taliban, how about 5 Democrats? I'm thinking John Kerry, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi. Couldn't we send them to Mexico?
Now, I know Rand Paul is a libertarian and he believes in the free market. But even in the free market, John Kerry, Hillary Clinton, and Nancy Pelosi just makes up 3 Democrats.
Right.
So his calculations are a bit off about the 5 Democrats. But Bowe Bergdahl's old news. We used him when we needed him. Now that Obama's got him home and we got to demonize that, fuck this guy, even though for 5 years of his life he was beaten and tortured and held prisoner by the Taliban. No one knew if we'd ever see him again, dead or alive. His parents fighting for his homecoming for the past 5 years. But now he's old news, so let's bring up this soldier who brought down guns illegally to Mexico, breaking Mexican gun laws, and so they put him in jail. Let's save that guy. Which, yeah, he should be saved. Let's do something. We could make a deal with Mexico to get him home. He doesn't deserve to be in prison. He most likely didn't know the difference in laws when crossing borders. I'm sure many people have made that mistake. Yes, bring him home. But at the expense of making a bad joke about saving a U.S. prisoner of war, it's just disgusting. It really is just heartless. And this guy wants to be, well, they love him. You
Constitution!
Constitution! But you know what? I mean, I got to hand it to this person. This person, I mean, even though what they said doesn't really make too much sense, certainly is a better reply to this whole Bowe Bergdahl thing than what Rand Paul had for us. Let's hear what Miss Louisiana had to say yesterday at the Miss USA competition.
Judge number 4, Ian Ziering, your question, please.
In recent weeks, the U.S. has released 5 detainees from Guantanamo in exchange for 1 U.S. soldier held captive in Afghanistan. The U.S. policy is to leave no soldier behind.
This music makes me think.
Yes.
Do you think it's fair to sacrifice or swap lives in order to uphold this policy?
I am glad that we got our guy back. However, I do not feel it is right that we subject ourselves to these acts of terrorism. I do agree with our guy being back, but however, I do not think we should subject ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Louisiana. Only one contestant left to join.
Oh, man. Just, where's the applause? Really, thank you.
That was actually very adroit.
I'm not sure what Brittany Gudry, Miss Louisiana, meant by "I do not feel it is right that we subject ourselves to these acts of terrorism." Not sure what she meant there, but I am glad that we got our guy back. I do agree with our guy being back. It's really that simple. I mean, wow. I agree that Bowe Bergdahl, our soldier who was held captive, was a U.S. prisoner of war, should be brought back home.
No, that was very
amazing.
In a weird way, it was actually very politically adroit.
Yes.
She was just like
covering both sides.
Yeah, she covered both sides.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah. Rand Paul, you wouldn't even make a good Miss America.
Well, I just believe in like the Constitution and stuff.